What if the person who knows you best slowly becomes a stranger? No big fight. No dramatic ending. Just fewer messages, shorter calls, and one day, complete silence. It happens more often than people admit. Some friendships end not because of hate, but because life quietly pulls two people in different directions. And when it happens, it can hurt more than a breakup. A best friend is often the person you call first with good news. Or bad news. They know your old stories, your embarrassing moments, your dreams. You build years of memories together. So when that connection disappears, it feels confusing. You start asking yourself questions. Did I do something wrong? Did they stop caring? Should I try to fix it? Many people carry this pain for years. They think losing a friendship means they failed somehow. But friendship is more complicated than that. People grow. Priorities change. And sometimes, even strong connections become difficult to hold on to. One reason best friends stop talking is simple: they stop sharing the same daily life. When you see someone every day at school, university, or work, friendship feels easy. You don't need to plan anything. Conversations happen naturally. You send random messages. You know what is happening in each other's lives. But then life changes. One person moves to another city. Someone gets married. Another person becomes busy with work or children. Suddenly, the friendship needs effort. Real effort. I remember two friends who were inseparable in university. They studied together, traveled together, even talked late into the night almost every day. After graduation, one moved abroad for work. The other stayed home and started a family. At first, they promised to stay close forever. And they tried. They sent long messages and scheduled video calls. But over time, the calls became shorter. One friend was waking up early for meetings. The other was exhausted from taking care of a baby. Months passed faster than expected. Eventually, they stopped reaching out completely. Neither of them was a bad person. Life simply changed the rhythm of the friendship. Another reason friendships end is unspoken disappointment. This one is dangerous because people often never talk about it directly. Instead, they stay silent. Maybe your friend disappeared during a difficult time in your life. Maybe you felt unsupported when you needed help most. Or maybe you were always the person making plans, sending messages, and keeping the friendship alive. After a while, resentment grows quietly. The problem is that many friendships depend on invisible expectations. You expect loyalty, attention, emotional support, or honesty. But if you never express those expectations, the other person may not even realize there is a problem. Imagine this situation. Your best friend starts dating someone new. Suddenly, they cancel plans often. They reply late. You feel ignored. But instead of saying, "I miss spending time with you," you act distant. Your friend notices your cold behavior but doesn't understand why. They become defensive. Communication gets weaker and weaker until the friendship breaks without a real conversation ever happening. Sometimes people lose friendships because both sides are waiting for the other person to make the first move. There is also another truth people rarely talk about. Sometimes friendships end because one person changes deeply. And not always in a bad way. You can care about someone and still feel that the connection no longer fits your life. Maybe one friend wants a calm and stable life, while the other loves constant drama. Maybe one person becomes focused on health and personal growth, while the other keeps making destructive choices. Over time, conversations feel forced. You stop feeling understood. This can create guilt because we are taught that real friendship should last forever. But not every friendship is meant to stay the same for your entire life. Some people are important for one chapter of your story, not all of it. Think about childhood friendships. As kids, friendship can begin because you live on the same street or sit next to each other in class. But adults build identity differently. Your values, habits, goals, and emotional needs become more important. Two people can love each other deeply and still slowly grow apart. That doesn't mean the friendship was fake. It just means people changed. The hardest part is that modern life makes this even more difficult. We are more connected online than ever before, yet many friendships feel weaker. Social media creates an illusion of closeness. You see photos, stories, and updates, so you think you still know someone. But real friendship needs more than likes and quick reactions. It needs attention, time, honest conversation. And many adults are simply tired. People are stressed about money, work, family responsibilities, and mental health. Sometimes a friendship disappears not because someone stopped caring, but because they no longer have emotional energy. That can be painful to accept, especially if you are the person still trying to hold on. So what can you actually do if you feel a friendship fading? First, stop assuming silence always means rejection. Many people want to reconnect but feel awkward after a long time apart. They think, it's been too long to message now. But usually, it's not too late. Try sending one honest message. Not a perfect message. Just an honest one. Something simple like, I was thinking about you today and realized I miss our conversations. That single sentence can reopen a door that both people secretly wanted to open. Second, pay attention to balance. Healthy friendships cannot survive if only one person gives effort forever. You deserve friendships where care moves in both directions. If you constantly feel emotionally exhausted after trying to maintain a connection, it may be time to accept that the friendship has changed. And finally, allow friendships to evolve instead of forcing them to stay frozen in the past. Some friends become close again after years apart. Others become occasional but meaningful connections. Not every friendship needs daily contact to matter. The important thing is honesty. With them, and with yourself. Because at the end of the day, friendship is not really about how long you know someone. It's about whether you still make each other feel seen, understood, and valued. And if you've lost a friendship recently, remember this: the end of one connection does not mean you will never find another deep one again. Human relationships are always changing. Some people leave quietly. Some return unexpectedly. And some stay beside you for decades. But every real friendship, even the ones that end, changes who you are. And that alone makes it meaningful.